During World War I, the Ottoman Empire carried out what most international experts and historians have concluded was one of the largest genocides in the world's history, slaughtering huge portions of its minority Armenian population. In all, over 1 million Armenians were put to death. To this day, Turkey denies the genocidal intent of these mass murders.
My sense is that Armenians are suffering from what I would call incomplete mourning. And they can't complete that mourning process until their tragedy, their wounds, are recognized by the descendants of the people who perpetrated them.
People want to know what really happened. We are fed up with all these stories, denial stories and propaganda and so on. Really, the new generation want to know what happened in 1915.
How was it possible for a massacre of such epic proportions to take place? Why did it happen? And why has it remained one of the greatest untold stories of the 20th century?
This film is made possible by contributions from John and Judy Bedrosian, the Avanesians Family Foundation, the Lindsay Foundation, the Manugian Simone Foundation, and the following: and others. A complete list is available from PBS.
The Armenians. There are between 6 and 7 million alive today, and less than half live in the Republic of Armenia, a small country south of Georgia and north of Iran. The rest live around the world in countries such as the US, Russia, France, Lebanon, and Syria. They're an ancient people who originally came from Anatolia some 2,500 years ago. The king of Armenia was the first ruler to adopt Christianity as the official state religion in the year 301, even before the Roman Empire. The Armenians have their own alphabet and distinct language, and over the centuries developed a rich cultural and intellectual tradition. In the 15th century, their homeland was absorbed into the Islamic Ottoman Empire, an empire that at its peak stretched from the Caspian Sea to the gates of Vienna.
The Ottoman Empire was organized in a very interesting way, the so-called millet system. In that system, each people in the empire, each religious group, Armenians, Greeks, Jews, etc., had their own millet, or religious community. And the Sultan gave them rights basically to rule themselves within limits. And that is, they had to be loyal to the Sultan, they had to pay their taxes, no rebellion, of course, obey the laws. Obviously, Muslims had more rights than unbelievers, infidels, Armenians or Greeks or Jews. Discriminatory, unequal, hierarchical. But if you obeyed, you could get along. And Armenians did rather well for centuries, actually.
Non-Muslim minorities were legally designated infidels. Infidel didn't mean, you were banished, but it meant you were subjected to a different social, political, legal structure.
The Armenians also had fewer rights in Islamic courts. They paid higher taxes than their Muslim neighbors, and they were generally not allowed in the military or civil service. Toward the end of the 1800s, the Armenians became increasingly dissatisfied with this second-class status and began to demand change.
The Armenian people pushed the political envelope in the Ottoman Empire by asking again and again, can a Christian be the equal of a Muslim in the Ottoman Empire? And the answer to that question was decidedly